What's up, everybody? It's the Big Joe along with Big E, and welcome to another episode of the podcast. So, if you haven't saw or you slept under a fucking rock over the weekend, Xander graduated high school. Okay, so that was eventful. It was a once in a lifetime experience. You, of course, shared it amongst other people that we know. It was crazy. It was wonderful. It was emotional. Everybody was sending me pictures and bits of the video from the live stream, and I thank everybody. So hey, thank you everybody for doing all that. I appreciate it. But now we're going to get more in depth on my perspective of the graduation. Okay.
Fuck all the fucking people.
So yeah, you better lock in. You better tell your mom, do whatever. And before we go, like and subscribe that shit because without this, we don't continue it. All right. So first things first, we are sitting there and we lined up. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back. So the doors open at 1:15. So I'm sitting there. Xander's mom's in front of me, and so is his grandma, her mother in front of her. Behind me is my mother and father. So she hands me Xander Jr. So if you haven't seen Xander Jr., that is the Muppet that Xander has that looks identical to Xander. Some find it creepy because they don't like Muppets. People think it's cool. Anyway,
It's cool.
anywho,
Just wait. We got shit cooking, folks. We got shit cooking. It's coming.
so I Ashley looks at me and says, "Can you hold him?" And I said, "Yeah." She's like, she fucking straps on this book back thing, and she's like, "I'm rushing up these steps." I said, "Okay, I'll be right fucking behind you as soon as these doors open." Bro, it felt like Black fucking Friday. As soon as those doors open, boom, we're fucking gone. She takes off up to the balcony. I'm holding this fucking Muppet like it's a baby and I'm in an action movie. Humping up these fucking steps, bro. And I'm like, where'd she go? So I'm going and I'm following her, and like I'm like 4 or 5 steps behind her the whole time. So I'm sitting there and then we fucking barrel through. There ain't nobody up on his balcony. Probably like maybe about a handful of people. Ashley goes, okay, put that fucking thing down there. I'm gonna be over here. We got all this locked down. I was like, bet, no problem. So we had that first row in the balcony that people saw us on in the live stream. Then there was another lady that came in and she goes, shit. We're like, what? And she goes, I have all my fucking family's tickets. I was like, oh, well, that fucking sucks. That's exactly what I said. I was like, that fucking sucks. And she's like, could you be able to hold down this row? And I looked at Ashley and I was like, and she's like, well, I was like, we both were like, sure, okay. So we take like the flowers that Ashley got Xander and put them behind her. And then I took her little neck cooling fan, put it around like 2 of the chairs so nobody would touch that row. Perfect. It works. So in the process of that, this is how chaotic and how much I'm breaking it down. In the midst of this, my dad runs into Joe, the security guard for Fox Chapel. I saw him and he was like, congratulations, Paul. And I was like, thanks, Joe. And I tapped him on the chest and I fucking was gone. I figured senior got it because I'm going balcony style with Ash. Like, let's go. So my dad's like, I see the big old lanky motherfucker. Still, shout out to my dad. But he comes out and he's like, Joe's gonna let them in. I was like, let who the fuck in? Like, oh my, what is happening? So he's like, call them and let them know. And I was like, this has to be Riley, my niece, and Brandy. So I was like, yeah, all right. So I call Riley and it's like, Pap's on his way outside. You two are gonna come in to watch the ceremony. And Riley's like, oh, okay. Sidebar to that. So while my dad is going back down to get them, the line is atrocious. Like it's starting to fill up. So Brandy and Riley, their mission was once we went in, they were going to go to Starbucks, chill out until the ceremony was over, and then come outside and we all get together. Cool. No. So when I tell Riley already looks at Brandy and says, that line's crazy. Let's still go get Starbucks. So they still end up getting Starbucks, get in the line, and then, of course, they come up with my dad. So, one, shout out to Joe because he didn't have to do that. And I really appreciate that. That way, Riley and Brandy got to experience it. Had we have known, had we have known, more people would, we'd have had two extra spots in that row and we probably would have filled it with Joanne and Kevin.
Yeah.
So, anywho, so we're all getting situated and whatnot. I'm excited that Brandy and Riley are part of it, but like I'm in my mind, everything worked out. Like everything worked out.
Mhm.
Now I get to watch my boy graduate. Like regardless, it's all gonna work out.
Yeah.
So I sit down, I'm chilling, I'm sitting there bullshit with Ashley. She's high fiving me like, "Hey, we did it!" Like we had a very, I will not put it on there. That is between her and I. But we had a very emotional talk, and I really enjoyed our conversation. Now, as we're finishing it or almost getting done with the conversation, right? Like it's almost like somebody eavesdropped into your shit. And like if you're at a bar and somebody's like, "Hey, you want to talk to my friend?" Nah, hold on. So this lady comes over us and was like, "Hey, do you mind if we'd be able to sit somebody right here?" And I'm like looking at Ashley. Ashley's looking at me, and we're like, "No." Because that would make it really fucked up because it would break up the families.
Yeah.
Like we put her mom and then her because her mom was on the end. Like if I can get a chance to get her mom the quickest and route out, perfect. And then I put my mom kind of on like the other end now that Brandy was showing up. If not, my mom was going to be next to me. So then me and Ashley looked down at Riley because she's at the end, and I said, "Hey, do you mind if you can sit between Nunny and Papap, my mom and dad, and we can have whoever they're waiting on sit at the end?" Riley's like, "Not a problem." So so I moves over. We're sitting there waiting, and oh my fucking stars. So this stunner, shout out Jen Sipple, this stunner sits next to my mom, and you could just feel it. Like she sits down and my mom's like, this bullshit with Riley, and it's like, just so I didn't catch it because I'm talking with like Brandy and Ashley and a little bit with Beth, Ashley's mom, you know, somewhat with my dad trying to, and then I went to say something to my mom and Riley, and I was like, "Hey, whoa." I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is that?" So let's paint the scene for y'all that are listening to this and watching it because I could not, one, take a video because that would have been so obnoxiously annoying. And two, I just couldn't. But if you watch the live stream, you can get a glimpse of maybe her face, because that's all you may see, and her fucking bright ass fucking blonde or white
It
hair.
looks silver.
Right. It was. So this lady is next to my mom, and she is completely blacked out in tattoo ink, head to toe, over her face. Just here is visible. And then she had these big old fucking combat boot things going on. And I kid you not, whoever that she was there for, I don't know. But this woman didn't say a fucking peep the entire commencement.
Like
Like
even
the
if they, so whoever she was there for, when they called their name, she didn't clap or cheer.
no, bro, no. Why were you there? And then it makes me think of like creepy TikToks and shit, where it's like there was a random woman waiting for Austin to walk across the fucking podium, so that I don't know, but I
Going
was
to be
like,
on fucking 60 Minutes.
yeah. So I'm like, oh, okay. What the fuck? So my mom keeps looking at me, and then like my mom's kind of doing the right, 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 and I was like, no, I got it, got it, got it. So the best part is I look over at Ashley, and Ashley's like, "Oh, your mom. I I I feel so bad." She's like, "I feel so bad." I was like, We didn't know the cast of character was gonna be like this lot lizard
And I
fucking thing.
guarantee you, she's one of them chicks, and she's like, "I smell like patchouli and lavender."
Yeah, more like Patron and fucking old vape.
Uh,
But we got done, and I gotta say, I'm thankful as fuck that we took all the photos beforehand. Because when we left, it was so chaotic.
yeah,
Like when we were at Jane's, that was, I want to even say it was mid. Like it was mild. Like you could still move through people and shit like that. Dude, everybody took over the front of Soldiers and Sailors. So you couldn't make a move or go anywhere. And like his teacher was like, "We'll meet you at the Navy statue." I'm like, "Bro, can you even see us?" Like, cause she's a tiny little lady, she's short. And I was like, "Dude, how the fuck?" But she ends
yeah,
up finding us and she's like waving. And I'm like, "All right." There's dudes out there smoking stogies like they won an NCAA fucking football championship.
uh,
Like, and bro, I mean like dead center, dead ass. They ain't fucking around. And I'm like, yo, you could have did it over here or like pointed over by like the cathedral. I'm like, not right here. Like, bro, we still all have to move and get the fuck out of here.
yeah.
But like, I was like, oh my God. Like, then it was like, it got me. Like when he crossed the stage, of course, it's an emotional moment. But like when I saw him, I was so proud of him that he did it and he was really happy to do it. Obviously, his photo is the happiest fucking clam photo. But like, I just wanted to take him from that environment and get him the fuck out of that environment.
Oh yeah. Anybody? I mean, even anybody in their right mind would. That's just too much.
Dude. And then we're like trying to get back to the garage at Soldiers and Sailors. And everybody's trying to go like the one way to get out. This one jackass is trying to come down. He almost hits all of us. I'm like, bro, really? Like, don't be that guy.
Yeah,
Like, and then of course, Xander wants to go to Red Robin for dinner, which I thought was nice because we all got there. Shout out to my mom and dad for doing what they did. But we got there. We all had a great time. It was really nice. Even Ashley thanked my parents and was like, thank you guys so much for this. And I'm glad everybody can come together. And at the end of the day, that's the way it should have been. At the end of the day, when all the smoke is cleared and the final chapter of Xander's school schooling when he graduates, it should end with us all being together and being happy. Same goes for the graduation party. So I was very, very happy about it. I even was telling Brandy on the way home, like, I feel good. Like, I feel like a lot of weight has been relieved off me. Like, it's a lot of relief. And I was like, yeah, it was a hard fought road, but we got here. It's over. You know what I mean? And I was like, and maybe we can only go up from here. So it was good. Very positive outlook and outtake on everything. And now people, my dad, but my dad, my dad goes, so like, is he done? And I was like, no, like I told you. I said, so for anybody that thinks he's done, I'm going to rectify this right now. Yes, he has graduated high school. That chapter is over. Now, Xander will go back to Fox Chapel as a quote unquote super senior for 4 years, for 4 more years. They will teach him life skills, inherit him a job. They will also let him manage money. They've already been working on that part. So he will also get extra like electives, and he's going to do unified music and intro to engineering. And then from there, it's just getting him ready for the world at 22.
yeah. It's not all the math, science, dumb shit. It's real world.
Yeah, all the curricular shit is done. I mean, they will. They'll throw some things in here and there, obviously, but he's going there to further himself for life, like what happens after. And possibly will have a job on the back end of this.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of coaxing him into something.
Now, will that follow? Does that program just follow the normal school schedule, as if he's still at this? Like, you know what I mean? So, like, when does he start that? Does it start in August when all the kids go back to school, or?
So that that will depend. It'll probably vary because he dipped his toes in it the end of last year and a little bit before that.
Yeah.
So he was doing like an OVR program, and that's when he was working down in Sharpsburg.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then this one is when he was working at the Spectrum Fudge Factory during the winter.
Yeah.
I feel like he preferred that more. So that's probably what they'll do, and they'll probably let us know when that starts.
Oh, okay.
So that may be the same scheduling at first, and then gradually open up, like
Yeah.
where it's almost like a break, a winter break. We start it again, then maybe see what goes on, and then so that is just clarification on that. But technically, Xander's done with school
Okay.
now. Then my dad was like, "So is he off for the summer?" And I said, "No, no, he's not." I said, "So he will go back to school in July for ESY, the extended school year." Now, with the extended school year,
But he's
if
always been doing that.
correct, you would think my father would have understood that, but
What
maybe
a senior. Let's go.
he thought because of
Oh, he
graduation
graduates.
that
Yeah.
then. But I told him, I said, but I'm trying to get him to understand the connection and flow between me and Ashley is a lot different than 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to tell him that her and I both agreed on this. Wasn't just her decision, wasn't just my decision. We both agreed on it because he, like Eric personally, he enjoys it. So we're gonna stick with it. If he enjoys it, don't fuck up a good thing. So if either one of us have plans, vacations, yada yada, Kennywood trips, etc., it doesn't matter. If we have something going on, we just take him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just keep doing the shit in July. Like, so there's no repercussions of it because we've talked to a couple of his former classmates and their parents have told us that's what they've been doing. So we were like, oh, we'll just follow suit. Might as well. Like, we thought we had to be like structurally into it.
Yeah.
Like, we can't do this, we can't do that, we can't really do trips. So that's what we're going to do. So he'll do that for July. The end of August, of course, he will go back for his first year of super seniorism. So yeah. So explaining that to my dad, it was almost like, you know how you tell somebody something like 40 times, and maybe it's the 41st one that just gets fucking through, and you're like, oh, they're like, oh, I got it. That's my dad. Love him to death, but that's my dad. My mom picked up on it in a Thanos snap. She was like, so he goes back in August, right? I was like, yeah. She's like, and then we kind of start the first of 4 years. And I was like, yeah, yeah. Like it's like a breath of fresh air. Like, oh, you get it. You know. But yeah, like so that's what happens. But to anybody that's wondering, that's what happens with at least Fox Chapel School District. That's what happens with kids with special needs and in our classrooms. They have the option to continue their education or they're able to just receive their diploma and go about their lives. They can go about their lives, go to college, etc., whatever, work on a trade. But no, but Xander is different. He's going to go back. And another question I got, no, he does not have his diploma. He will have his diploma successfully when the super seniorism is over. So
Oh,
he has the folder, like the flap that your diploma comes in,
yeah,
but it's blank. When he's done, that goes in there. And that'll go in there with like the high honors. And I think they'll have another word, like kind of like ours were with the little
yeah,
banners. Or yes, I said so. He'll have the high honor. He'll have something for athletics, and then that's it. It'll be the completion, like the culinary completion of everything. So, because I got a lot of questions, and I was like, I'm not firing all these out. I'll just save them for my show. So I was like, it's just easier to just address all of it. And I think that was it. And yeah, I'm sure that's pretty cut and dry. Just what happens to him after. And then for the record, yes, I'm addressing it. Yes, he did fuck that kid up with the fucking with his cap.
oh,
So yes, he did. So when he throws that bad boy up, this is after everybody did it, and I guess he was probably under the impression like maybe I shouldn't,
yeah,
but it was one of those. Well, everybody else is doing it.
yeah, like a little delayed reaction.
Yeah, and he was like, huh, "Fuck it, boom." And when that came back and whacked that kid on the head, I was like, "Oh, of course, it's got to be mine. My kid got to fucking hit somebody with a fucking with his cap." And I was like, "Yeah, people got hit with him. It's fine." So they give him the cap back, and it's not his cap, and I figured that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, because we wrote his name in it, but like, what difference did it make, really? You know what I mean? So, but yes, he did hit that kid. All that from after postgraduate has been addressed. And yes, he was absolutely thrilled and happy after he crossed that podium. And when we saw him, he was absolutely fine. But I feel bad. I feel bad for kids, like, because their attention spans aren't like ours were.
yeah,
So, like, I felt bad for him, especially him being on the spectrum. Like, fuck, I gotta wait through D through Z, son of a bitch. Like, and then that's
yeah.
another thing.
So let
Why
me
didn't
ask.
they do it? Why didn't they do it alphabetical? I don't fucking know.
No, so okay, so we were like, okay, bet, I was like, kind of like, I mean, my last name's a G, so I'm a little bit closer to the front than it could, I could be at the end. So I'm like, sweet. So I was like, Kopech, he's in a good spot. And they started calling up all those kids, and I'm like, that's some random ass last names. But then I noticed that a lot of those kids had a lot of the tassels and the like sash things.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, those are like a special group. Like those are whatever. I don't know. What do you want to categorize it? The smart kid. I don't know. Um, but then once they did get through them, it did go alphabetical.
It
Once they got
did.
past that first big group,
Yeah, it started booking because a lot of people were like, it went off the grid. And I'm like, that's kind of what it did at senior rec night, too.
yeah,
Because they were like doing it and then it would go over here and then go on the list, go over here. And then I was like, well, they could do the same thing for commencement. Like they could. So I was already like mentally prepped for that. But
yeah,
then when that first row went, I was like, what the fuck? Like I
yeah.
was like, what is happening right now?
I was like, I was like, I don't know. Me and Don are trying to figure it out. We were like, and they got to a point where I was like, I think they're at A's. I heard Adams, I heard Anderson, I heard this, I heard that. I was like, all right, let's see if they hit
Okay,
B
we're
next. If
booking.
they hit B next, then we know we're straight. And they hit that B alphabet. I was like, all right. And then from they kept bouncing the camera angle on us. I don't know if you went back and watched it at all, but they kept bouncing the camera angle on us. There was like the camera that was up by you guys on the balcony. showing the whole crowd or showing the whole stage, and then there was the little close up one that I got that I edited and chopped for you,
Yeah.
where they were getting the pictures with the principal.
Yeah.
So they were bouncing those two. But when they was on that principal spot, I wasn't even looking at the principal or the lady handing out the folders.
Yeah.
My eyes were a little to the right and watching that stairwell that they were walking up to get onto the stage, and I'm just like, I'm waiting for Xander, waiting for Xander, waiting for Xander. I was like, I think that's it. Oh no, that kid's too tall. I'm waiting. Like I told you, I was Hawkeye in that whole thing. I sent you that. I sent you that message because again, I was like, I don't want to bother them. I know they're probably enjoying the moment. Like I didn't know. Plus, I didn't know if they told you guys like you couldn't have phones on or something dumb. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Something stupid.
so I was like, fuck it. I was like, I gotta text him though. Again, for those of you out there that watched it, I don't know if any of you caught it because again, I was Hawkeyeing this motherfucking live stream. That lady, that teacher won that award for like, I guess like best teacher of the year or whatever it was.
Right.
She's giving her little speech, and it was a nice speech. You know what I mean? She was doing her thing, and they panned the crowd, and that was the first time I caught your son on camera, and he was like, oh, no one else is yawning. Like
Yeah.
he put that paper in front of himself and tucked down. Like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I didn't mean to do that. Like,
Yeah. Shit.
I was like,
Damn it!
fuck.
You put it on me,
They
my
are,
bad.
they already lost his attention. Like, he's done. Like,
Yeah. Right. Be like, ain't nobody give a fuck about this teacher.
I was like, oh, that was. I was like, yep, there's Xander. So then I knew at least where he was, and they did catch him another time or two, spanning the crowd. You
Yeah.
know, and all the kids sitting. I was like, oh, that was pretty cool. Um, again, because I knew where I was looking now that I
Yeah.
saw him that first time. And then we got him on the stage, and like you said, I sent you a bunch of shit that I got for you. And again, like I didn't know I didn't, because I didn't realize where Yins were sitting on that balcony edge until the end. So before that, I was like, I don't know where they're sitting. I don't know what kind of angles and photo ops they're getting from their seats and this and that and like I didn't know what the deal was, so I was like this is really cool. I was like I can work with this, you know me, like I'll do my thing to it.
Yeah.
So I did. I was like, let me get all this shit and did what I had to do and sent it to you. But when he was yawning, I was like, this motherfucker.
He's ready to be done. Well, like it's funny because we were after we took
So I have to
photos.
ask this question. I know me and you have talked obviously off camera about it, and I told you my favorite part was the Muppet. But was it ever an opportunity or an option for him to have that with him the whole time?
Uh no, no,
Because I'm just
because
saying, like, if he would have walked across the stage with that fucking thing, I'd have lost my shit. I'd have been done. I'd have been. You would have heard me fucking cheering from fucking Beachview all the way over to Oakland and Soldiers and Sailors. I'd have been fucking rolling. Like,
they we said that I think it was it recognition night or something like that. I think it was leading up to the week. We were telling them that Xander Jr. was going to be part of the
uh,
commencement. We were going to bring him. And I think they just thought we were coming with him, like he was coming with us. So I figured that he wasn't allowed to walk with X, but fuck, bro, if he was able to walk with that Muppet, and then like say the Muppet would have grabbed, like
the
with
book.
his mouth would have grabbed the diploma, kind of, I'd have fucking rolled. I'd have been like, this is the greatest fucking day of my
Because I'm
life.
telling you, Xander did not want anything to do with that booklet. They tried handing it to him. He was like, he like gave it back.
Yeah, the best is the principal like turns it for him, so he takes the photo. And granted, just I'm putting it out there, it was the greatest day of my fucking life, believe me. But that
Yeah.
would have been the icing on the cake if that Muppet would have took it out of the fucking principal.
Dude, I like it. I mean, and we've seen a lot of these. We've known plenty of people that have graduated. You know what I mean? Like other kids and things. And I mean, and it's just what you see on social media. Like we've seen other dumb shit happen, or people do dumb shit when they walk across the stage. I think him carrying Junior would have been the most harmless but hysterical thing that could have had. Like, I mean, I if there would have been a teacher or somebody up on that stage that would have had a problem with it, well then you fucking suck. Like,
Yeah, right. But I think they were just following their policy, and that's perfectly fine.
yeah, because then it would have been like, well, if he did it, why couldn't my kid do
Yeah,
this?
if
So,
he did it, what makes him so special? Blah 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 blah. Yeah,
well,
yeah,
it's because it's fucking Xander and Xander Jr. That's what's fucking special.
that's
Shut your
right.
face.
That's it. Well, the best is like we were outside, and when we were taking the photos, so he's taking the photos with my parents, and my mom goes, "Hey, wait a minute, where's my great grandson?" And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Bring that fucking puppet over here." And I was like, "For real?" She was like, "Yes, bring that puppet over here." So she looked at my dad, and my dad was like, "I don't give a fuck. That works for me. That's cool." So he comes over there, he got the fucking puppet, and he's taking pictures with my parents. And I was like, okay, now this is the fucking best day ever. Because like
Yeah,
I just wish he would have like honked my dad. Just took that puppet and be like, "Man," out of fucking roll. I probably would have pissed myself. I
because
honestly would have.
your dad would have played with like played along with it. Like your dad would have went with like you know what I mean. Like just to be honest, your dad would have had some smart ass shit to say about
Oh,
it.
well, you know my dad too well.
But he would have. But that's why, like you said, when your mom was like, "Bring the puppet over," and she looked at your dad, and he was like, "Yeah, do it." Like because at that point they were just like, whatever's gonna make him happy. You know what I mean? Like everybody knew what the goal, what the mission of the day was, and it was Xander. So
Yeah. And I keep retracting back to that. Like I know people have their their opinions and whatnot about how we got here and all that. But dude, I didn't feel a fucking lick of it. I didn't feel it, and you're absolutely right. What you just said right there, it was all about my son that day. It was
yeah,
all about him. We didn't have to hear about it. I didn't care about it. And no, my mom was gonna look at my dad and be like, "Shut it!" Like, but she really didn't have to. Then she had that lizard lady next to her, and then that took more of the attention. But like, it really went the best we could have had it whatsoever. And now that chapter is closed, and now I'm closing in on the graduation party. And with the best, the light of this, and it's a very positive, heartfelt thing, is my mom and Xander's mom hugged, and it was you could tell it was genuine. My mom says that there is definitely a different look in her eyes than the past, like very heartwarming, loving, caring, and does is not it's not as cold. But then my mom also said that she rebutted to her and just told her, now this will make the graduation party so much better. Like, I
yeah,
guess, but I understand where somebody comes from. I understand in light of the situation and the scenario and how people may or may not react. I get it. But just to have that moment and that like weight lifted off you, you know that that day and our son mean a shit ton more than anything that's happened.
yeah,
So now going into the graduation party, yo, you're right as rain. Like you'll have the army behind us and you won't have to be worried anymore. Like it's okay. It's fine. Like people understand you're taking a tone for your actions and responsibility.
yeah,
That's great. I wish most people would do that. Take accountability for their actions. But that's not a perfect world. But all I know is now I'm in the fucking driver's seat for a fucking graduation party. So that'll be my next thing because this weekend starts nothing but busy weekends until probably after the 4th of July.
yeah, yeah. I was just telling the girls that I was talking to. I think I was talking to somebody at work about it or something. I was just like, yeah, like it's just nonstop till till the fourth. And I even think the weekend after Fourth of July, like I'm not even sure. I know at least till the fourth, it could be another week and or two after. I'm not sure yet,
Yeah.
but it's just it's just
Mine is, I think, the weekend after the 4th of July. I'm trying to take my little family away for a weekend. Then my next big thing is to try to coordinate with my cousin about trying to get a weekend in New Jersey. That's in August. But I have so much going on. Like, this is my only weekend. Like, this weekend, I'll be at Brandy's mom's, moving all that stuff with her. Um, so I got that. Next weekend is Riley's graduation party. So that'll be crazy. And then, of course, the following weekend is Xander's graduation party. So, talk about a man being booked. I am booked. Like, I'm fucking booked. So, I'm going to take my days during the week and try to tighten up things. I know Xander has the optometrist, Xander has some other things going on, and I got to tighten up the graduation party. I mean, we're almost done. You know what I mean?
That's yeah. That's like us. Like we're pretty party booked. Jane's got some friends that are still that just finished their senior year. Like some kids that were a year behind her that she was friends with that are just graduating this year. She's got a party in July. Yeah, that's why I said like I'm not done after the 4th. That she's got a grad party in July. Something else. We have another party this month to attend. And then to throw that also in there, we got Father's Day. Like that's still a thing. And my wedding anniversary.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Like let's just add to the fucking list of shit.
But like, what I did is, so speaking of, what I did is I just coordinated with Ashley. Like, hey, instead of me having him on Father's Day, like, is it cool if I just took him to the party on Saturday? And she was like, yeah, that's no big deal. I mean, you can get him on Father's Day. And I was like, look, no, you know what I mean? Like, I, I don't mind. You know what I mean? I still get him on Father's Day weekend.
Yeah, just a little later in the day than
Yeah, but you know what I mean? But in retrospect, I get him the day before. Like, I get him to celebrate with me and my family Riley's college graduation. So to me, in a way, it's a win-win. I still get to celebrate Father's Day with my kid.
and it's another one of those things too, dude. Like I know we say this about like birthdays and stuff too. Like, for us, like we're getting older. Like yeah, Father's Day still means something, but we're not like we don't have like these crazy plans and
No.
you know what I mean. Like what if we were free? Like we would hang out. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like we
Yeah.
try to maybe do something with you guys, or sometimes I know there was a Father's Day or two where Mike maybe invited me over his house because his family was doing something like. But it's never been like these elaborate. The only time we ever did anything, and I'll never do it again, is we went to the zoo on Father's Day because it was one of those things where it was like, oh, Dad's getting free. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a horrible idea.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I'm good.
I'm not. That's what I'm
My
saying. Like
thing
so,
is
like
this: if I need to go to the zoo, I just call up the tribal chief. Shout out tribal chief. That's all. That's all I got to do. That's all I got to do. I like. I hate going there when it's dead heat.
yeah,
I I hate it.
yeah. We're trying to plan to take my nephew because he's older now. He's 4. He'll be 5. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's at that kind of like fun age where he'll understand the animals and knows the animals and want to check them out and all that fun jazz. And my mom, really, that's too much for my mom to walk through there.
No, I'm sure.
So I was like, well, maybe we'll take him. That's what I'm trying to figure that out. But that's a whole nother coordination and a half there
Well, speaking of like your mom's area, Ashley asked me about possibly doing the Big Butler Fair.
for
I don't know when.
Big Butler Fair is normally the 4th of July weekend, I think.
Okay. Because she mentioned it, like she asked me and Brandy if we wanted to go. And I'm sorry if this fucks everybody up, but this is my life now. Okay? I can co-parent and have a girlfriend. Like, it's crazy. Okay? But she asked if we wanted to go to Big Butler Fair. And I was like, well, you've never been? And she's like, no. And then I thought post us that she would have went, but you know, we just never got around to going. Honest to God, I'll be real. So I was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, that sounds cool. You know what I mean? Because I used to go there in the wintertime with him to go look at Christmas lights. So me to Butler isn't that, it ain't that fucking far from me. So I mean, so Butler from where I'm at in Gibsonia and in this part of PA or Pittsburgh for people that don't listen outside the state, it's like 30 minutes, if that,
Yeah.
rough, give or take. So I told her, I was like, that wouldn't be a great, like, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, I'd be down for it.
Good luck with that shit, bro. Again, my mom and sisters all live up there, and they've done it a few times, and they're at the point where they're like, uh-uh. I
I
mean,
think it's
listen.
one of those things you got to get in early and not deal with the bullshit.
Oh, it's bullshit, bro. Like you experienced the Ponderosa.
I did. I did.
Just imagine that atmosphere and those people in a
On a
field.
wider scale,
Yo, bro. It is more than Walmart people watching. Like it is a
I love
sight
Walmart
to
people watching.
fucking see. I've never gone up there with them for it, or like have met them up there for it, but I just know that it is something.
It, it's
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 insane.
more than a spectacle.
And that may draw me into it more,
I
bro.
know.
You know what I mean? Where I'm like, for the show. Shit. But like, yeah, I was like, sounds cool. I mean, it's something. But I'm like, I also think, where the fuck am I gonna fit this in? Like, like
That's what
my
I'm
schedule's
saying. Like
so
it's just
locked.
there's just so much, and that's what I was just telling Donna too. Like we have like house projects that like I'm trying to get done. Like I've told you this again, like off camera. Like I'm trying to like build a new shelvy area thing for all this Funko shit, and it's like I have the project in mind. I know exactly what I want to do. Hopefully, it works out how I want to do it. Like I got everything. I just don't have the time. Like I'm trying to find a day to do it, and it's like, nope.
When?
Yeah,
I'm exactly in your same fucking shoes because I got projects around the trailer that I need to get done, that I want to get done before the summer ends. And I'm over here like, what fucking when? When do
yeah.
I have it?
Because like most people, I mean, you work Monday through Friday, so it's like by the time we get home from work on a weekday, we do not have the time nor energy to want to do a house project.
No. And the last time I did is when I painted. But that's because like I was under a deadline. Like
Yeah,
I had to start getting stuff done because I had to start moving things and I had to, so I was like busting my ass after work to get it done. Now necessarily I wouldn't say I'm on a deadline where something needs to be done right this solitary second.
you also
But
had
it's
your
just
dad up
shit.
your ass.
Oh my God. Speaking of, run it back. Okay, because when we were at dinner because he drove with us. Okay. We were taking him back. He was like, "Oh, I'll be at your house this weekend." I was like, "Bro, I'm not gonna be there. Like, I'm going to be in Somerville. I promised Bonnie that I would help her move some stuff around, like get her all fixed, like all her stuff done, sorted, situated, wherever it went, whatever Brandy and her need, I was done." I said, "So I'm doing that," and he was like, "Wait, you're not gonna be able to work on your house?" No, man. Like, no, no, I
No,
can't. Like, it's to me. My father, I mean, being old school, he's very wants to get the project done.
yeah,
I'm all for that. Mine is when I have the time.
yeah,
I knew this summer I was going to be booked. Like I knew June lockdown. I
yeah.
knew July was going to be partially locked down. I know towards the middle end around my birthday, towards the end of August, lockdown. I probably have a 3 fucking week window that I can do something around my house. And then I'm
Yeah,
right back into it.
yeah. No, it's the exact same thing here, and it's just like fuck, like you know what I mean. Like you said, like, and then what bugs me even more is it's like it keeps lingering in the back of my mind, like, you got to get the project done, you got to get the project done, you got to get the project done. And I'm like telling myself, shut the fuck up. I know when we have the time.
1,000%. You think I want these fucking rolls of linoleum flooring behind me? No, no, I don't. You think I want the fucking other part of the kitchen and other Kellers in the fucking remainder of the house? No. You like, but the thing is, I don't know. I think it's my dad thinks that these issues need addressed like ASAFP, but no, they don't. The only people that come in my house are the three of us, you guys sometimes, maybe my dad or my mom, maybe even Xander's mom once in a blue moon. Dude, what party we throwing here? Who up in here doing this shit? This ain't the old place where I got 50 motherfuckers in here for fucking New Year's Eve. Like, no, bro, nobody out here. Nobody. And like, you've been here, the house is livable. Ain't nothing falling apart. Why I have to put my entire attention on it like ASAP? Again, no, they don't. I swear to God, I will get to it when I have time. I just don't have the time.
Yeah.
That's it. On like besides that, like we just said, this month I'm so fucking busy. By the time the weekend comes, I blink it's Sunday. That's
Yeah.
it. And when I get home from work, I don't want to do shit. I barely even touch my PlayStation during the fucking week. Like,
That's like me, like I said, like, oh, again, we were talking off air. Like, so today, Jane, well, both of our kids had doctor's appointments and shit today. So we both were under that task list. But like, I was like, all right, I'm thinking in my mind, like, okay, I'm taking a half day of work. I'm gonna pick her up because she took a half day of work. We're gonna go to this doctor's appointment. I was like, oh, we have time. Like, I wanted to get my air conditioning settled because it's been fucking stupid hot around here.
gross.
So I'm like, I need to get the air set up. I'm like, all right, I'll deal with that. I was like, all right, then I can chill for a little bit. Then I gotta get Donna from dialysis. We're gonna run to the store real quick. And I was like, maybe I gotta run and drop off a package at UPS to go ship out. I was like, yeah, I got time. We'll be good, bro. Got done. Picked the kid up from work. Got back. She was like, I need to eat something like a quick snack. She's like, and I want to get changed. I was like, good. I was like, well, I'm gonna start working on this AC shit. And she's like, okay. She's like, what time do you want to leave? I was like, about 10 to 1, 5 to 1. She's like,
Yeah,
okay. She comes back in. She's like, you done yet? And I'm like, I'm almost. I'm getting there. She's like, Dad, it's now 10 to 1. I was like, what, what do you mean? Like, I was like, I still got to get changed. Like, I'm now covered in sweat and smell funny. I was like, I need to, I was like, fuck. Now, thankfully, you know where I'm at. Like, I only had to go from my house to Oakland.
yeah, you zip right there.
I'm right there, but still, like, traffic and everything else, like, you never know.
Yeah, it's unexpected. Just like mine was today.
So,
Like,
yeah, so it was like, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, all right. So then it was like, okay, picked her up. Or we went to the doctor's. I was like, all right, then we'll get home and have time before I got to get Donna. We're on our way. We called Donna just to let her know what the doctors had to say, da da da. And I'm like, well, how's dialysis looking? She goes, I'm getting ready to be done here in a few minutes. And I was like, motherfucker, like, all right, we're coming straight to you. Like, I ain't even going home, straight to you. And it was like, picked up Donna, straight to the store, back to the house, dinner, and here, like, here we are. Like, you know what I mean? Like, here we are. Like,
yeah,
I'm like, fuck. And I was with a half day of work. I was like, I don't know. Like, if I had a whole day of work, fuck. Like,
I swear, bro. So I took Monday and for like, I don't know. I just wasn't having it because we got back late and everything from Sunday after the whole graduation dinner and shit like that. Plus, I went back to Ashley's after he got dressed, picked him up, bullshitted with them for a little bit, and then we jetted out. And then Monday, it was kind of the same thing. So Monday, uh, she was taking him to Kennywood. I called off. She offered for me to go with her and him, but I was like, you know what? Nah, you you wanted the time with him, and I ain't invading on that. So I was like, oh, I'll come check out some shit at my house and start doing some things here. So I was like fucking around with a couple of things, getting measurements, shit like that, getting stuff ready for when I eventually have to do this because I have the time. I figured I have the time. All right, cool. Dude, I sat down on my couch and I fucking took a nap. I was like, what the fuck? Like, shit. So then I go back in there. She's on her way back because she had to drop her car off. She had an issue with her car. So I go there. I'm bullshitting with her, her boyfriend, and hanging out with the kids. We come back at 7 o'clock. Following day, I'm done working. I text her because I was being helpful. I was like, because I'm right there next to hers, her job. And I was like, look, if you need a ride to get your car, I got you. And she's like, actually, can you do me a favor and watch the kids so my mom can get some sleep because her mom works nighttime? No problem. They go get her car. I'm watching the kids. Bang! We come home around 7 o'clock again. And then like again, half day, whatnot, going into Wednesday. Boom. Here I am. I come home. We're situated. Everything's done. I make dinner. Boom. I'm like, dude, the days are going so fast.
It's crazy. Like we were talking about this at work yesterday. Like we were talking about we were talking about schedules and something about scheduling and stuff at work, and I was like, because they were like, oh, don't get too far ahead of yourself. I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, oh well, don't be scheduling too far ahead. And I'm like, we're already almost. I know it's still a little early, but we're almost at the halfway point of June.
Absolutely.
The summer's damn near done. The way these kids go back to school in August, like you can't really count August as part of their summer vacation anymore.
No.
Because even Jane, like with her, even with college, like they Pitt moves back in like I think the week after your birthday.
Yeah. That should check out because she'll go back and then like the following week he'll go back.
Yeah, and I'm just like, and then she's moving into a new building this year. We got to get that all figured out and a new room and everything. So it's just like Jesus
It's
Christ.
like, yeah, don't what do you mean don't schedule ahead? Like, so uh if anybody watched the full live stream, the full thing, you saw the young man that was in the wheelchair that got up to accept his diploma. He walked. Very inspirational, very emotional time. Xander got an invitation to, I don't know if it's his graduation party or his birthday party. That's in August.
Yeah,
And I'm like, just start booking it now. Like, here we fucking go. I was like, I thought there was a sliver. I thought, so you're telling me there's no chance? There's none. Like, it's okay. Okay. All right. Next thing you know, it'll be fucking fall. I will blink and it'll be like, so you going to a haunted house this weekend? No, I don't even know. I blinked and
start your
I
fucking
saw it.
Christmas shopping yet?
Yeah,
Like,
right. It's fucking Christmas. Wait, is the Grinch on? Wait, I swear. Am I wearing a sweater? I just swore it was June. Like, what the fuck?
had
Like,
on some fucking Crocs and my shorty shorts. What happened here?
yeah, I swore we were going to New Jersey, right? Right? Did we? Did, okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. Yeah, that's how fast it's going. And then, like, shit just fills up. So, I
I
mean,
think I think for us, what was weird because again, we're still adjusting to this lifestyle. So, like you said, like Xander just graduated. Pittsburgh Public Schools is still in school till the end of this week. So, if
okay.
you're watching this and your kid goes to Pittsburgh Public, they should be done today.
They should be done. So, congratulations to your children.
But college, like that shit, she is done May 1st,
Yeah,
which we're not used to that. We're still waiting until around this time every year for summer vacation to start.
for sure.
So it's like we've had that extra full month with her that we're not used to. Like even in the winter, it felt weird because like their winter breaks are longer. Like she came home for Thanksgiving, which I think we might have talked about this before, but like that's weird, especially this year being our first year with like it, and it was like we had some neighbors that have known and watched Jane grow up since she was a baby, and they're all asking, "Oh, when's Jane coming home for Thanksgiving break?" And I was like, it kind of like Not that I really watch them, but it kind of gives you almost like that Hallmark feel where like the neighborhoods. Like what was the one? No, it wasn't a Hallmark movie. The one with Tim Allen, Christmas with the Cranks,
Yeah,
where like the whole town was like Claire's coming home. Like that's kind of how it felt like just on our block, where it was like Jane's coming home for Thanksgiving, and I'm like, yeah, she's coming home. Like yeah, she'll be here. Like, but it was like so she was home for Thanksgiving, typical week Thanksgiving break. She went back for 2 weeks, and then she was like off from like December, the like first week of December until like mid January.
yeah.
So like even that winter break was like
It was new.
weird, and it was like, but this whole summer thing is like really like okay, like yeah, she's home, she's here. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
we're
right.
used to got the routine now, but
Yeah, but next thing you know, she will be going.
yeah,
That's how fast shit operates.
it is.
Next thing
I
you're
mean,
gonna be the first year super senior.
they're already. As I said, we already got stuff about like we. I feel like we just moved her out, and we're already getting the stuff about like preparing to move back in from Pitt. Like they're like sending out notices and stuff. Like,
Right. Be like, damn, can a kid just get out?
well, they just really want their money. That's all. But
Yeah, right. Yeah.
don't forget you got a bill due. No fucking shit, asshole.
Right. They be on the fly. They'd be like, don't forget, you got a bill due that your kid's coming back. Also, by the way, we'd love a donation for your pit tickets. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Don't tell senior that.
Motherfucker.
Don't tell senior that one.
Yeah, don't tell him whatever you do. Hey, Pitt, don't tell my dad.
Hmm.
Like, put it in little increments or something. Like, for real. Because you're fucking up my shit.
Next
All
time
right.
James sees him, well, she'll see him soon. Well, next time my kid sees your dad, I'm like, just go over there and hug him and be like, thank you for your donation so that I can go to Pitt.
Be like, hey, thank you so much for your donation so I can go to college. I really appreciate it. And then you know what he'll probably say? Who the fuck are you? Who
Yeah,
the
but
fuck
you're
are
that,
you?
you're that Grubinadinsky kid, and I ain't paying for you.
Yeah, right? Or you're that kid all over my fucking kid's fucking corner in his fucking
I know.
dining room.
Dude, that
I don't
Christmas
even
party,
know who you are.
I don't know if you would call it Christmas party, whatever. That Christmas at your house, your dad was like, oh, that's the girl you got pictures hanging all over your house.
Yeah, it was like
She's all over the fridge.
that was the fucking best. Who's that girl? She's fucking right here. She's right, literally right here. You
But
can't see
senior,
her.
you have met my child many, many fucking times. You literally have known her since she was a newborn. Get with the program, asshole.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, God bless him. He probably don't even if he didn't see his grandchildren or would at least see them on socials or some shit, he wouldn't have a clue. He wouldn't have a clue.
Xander would be standing right next to him and be like, can I help you?
Yeah, right. He'd be like, who the fuck are you? I'm Xander, Pap. But you sure? Yeah, all right. Who's this kid? Yeah, like Dad, get it the fuck together. Get it. Yeah. By the way, I love his face in the photos.
The ones I sent you? Or
No,
just
I'm talking about my father.
oh, yeah, the blank. Well, the only one I think he really smiled in was the puppet one. I told you the photo at the restaurant. He was just
That was
like,
cold. All you saw was
I was like, yep. Like, I mean, I noticed him, but like my eyes directly went to Kev in the back corner, like, I'm like, fucking Kev, I love him. And
shout out to Kevin.
and then I was like, oh, I went down the line. I was like, oh, there's mom, there's TJ. I was like, okay, there's mom. Okay, yep. Oh, there's fucking senior looking like a sour fucking putz.
Dude, and I was like, I don't know if he felt awkward or whatever, but he just was like, oh.
Yeah,
I'm like,
with his
dude,
arms like slumped to his side, like they weren't even like on the tail. Like he was just.
yeah, right. Like,
Like,
you
all
know
right, if
what?
you
Yeah,
want me to fucking be here, I'll be
yeah,
here.
right. You want me to take a photo? I'll take a fucking photo. But you know what? I'm grumpy because they don't have my unsweetened iced tea yet. I'm like, oh my god, just smile.
Like,
Put
you get
like
unlimited fucking steak fries, eat them.
the man didn't even get any more fries. I was like, what is you so many shit in your salad.
You at least got to get one more round.
Yeah, dude, fucking hey, speaking of Kev did.
Oh, I bet he did.
Kev did. I got plus Oh yeah, that's another thing. Some people ask, where was Kevin? Well, due to the fact that
He
with
is at my
Kevin's
house.
health,
No, I'm just saying.
with Kevin's health, he like the girls got him again. I run it back. The girls got him by luck. If they wouldn't have, they'd have been out in that, and the girls would have went to the coffee shop. And Kevin one is not going to be in a coffee shop that long. No, sir. Two, that heat would have killed my stepfather. It would have fucking buried him. So I shout out Kevin. I mean, I thank my parents and Ashley's mom for being there, the girls for being there, all that. But like, Kevin came from Cannonsburg, PA, all the way out to the Pittsburgh Mills to see my son for graduation. Had dinner with us and then drove all the way back to Cannonsburg. So shout out to Kevin because that made me feel amazing, and I'm so happy that you are part of this day as well. Like, so of course he's gonna be fucking happy in the photos. Like my man was like, bro, I'm gonna get me some steak fries. I fucking drove all the way here. I'm gonna get me my good eats on.
He's like, you guys just sat in that hot ass fucking auditorium watching that goddamn graduation, and I'm just here for the food.
I will say that. I will say that. That fucking that auditorium, cold. It was real air conditioned and real nice. As soon as we opened that door, that fucking because they kept letting kids in. Like if the kids were volunteering, they let them in. And this lady kept opening that door, and I was like, "Bro, leave that open. Just leave it open, please." I think I sweat a pound and a half off. I was like, "I'm fucking dying." And then the worst part is my mother. God bless this woman. Kept going. I'm fucking sweating. And she went in her bra. She's like, no, look here, ew. And then she wipes it on my face.
He would.
And I was like, you know, any other day I'd be like, fuck, Ma, what are you doing? But today, I'm gonna let it slide. I'm just gonna let it slide because I was like, I know she don't do the heat well either, but I told her I was like, look, you feel that? Like, she was like, what? I was like, the fucking air. Like, as soon as we get in there, there's air conditioning. You're gonna be fine. I better open that fucking door soon. Dude, the best is she was like, what time did they open? I said 1:15, Ma. She was like, well, what time is it? And I was like, 12:57. And she was like, what the fuck? So later, bro, I shit you not. She goes, Paul, Paul, what time is it? I was like, 1:07. She was like, I swear to God, it was just 12:57 like 30 minutes ago. I was like, no, Ma. No, no, it wasn't. Only 10 minutes. I was like, you got 8 minutes left to go. And then she asked me another time. Cause like I I'm not the way she did it, she had it spaced. She spaced it perfectly, but she kept going like she was like, dude, what the fuck is taking so long? I said, Mom, it's 1:10. She was like, I'm gonna fucking choke you. She was like, you're fucking with me, right? And I was like, no, man. And I showed her, and she was like, oh, I'm gonna kick this fucking door down. I was like, Mom, it's just because the sun is like right here,
I'm surprised. Kick the door down. She'd have used your fucking dad as a fucking battling ram and just knocked him
right?
through it.
Right. And the worst part is, dude, I don't know how my dad was doing it because he was wearing pants and that motherfucker had to be sweating. Like, And then the best part of it is there was a guy with an umbrella like shading over his wife from the sun. My mom kept doing one of these. Like I was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I'm fucking dying over here." I was like, "You can't share his umbrella, Rihanna. Like, what the fuck are you doing?"
He's like,
But
I
like,
will.
I was waiting for her, and then my dad kept going. If he hits me with that fucking umbrella one more time, I was like, "Oh fuck." I was like, "Please, sir, don't hit my father with the umbrella." Like, because my dad's in a predicament that we don't really talk about no more, bro.
Like we
Bro,
didn't even get, we're worried about trying to control him inside. Let's not worry about it outside.
yeah, can I not get him ramped up to 100 before we even walk in the door? Like, I need him at least 60.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And the way you keep hitting him with it, he might be amplified to like 300. Like, so can we not, please? But I digress. Again, everybody did their part. Everybody was great. Um, so it was wonderful. Um, yeah, we completely just went off the rail, but it was about my son. So I don't care. I get an hour to bullshit with my best friend about my son and his big day. So that's what I did. So I'll probably have adventures from Somerville about how shit went crazy and whatnot. And then we'll probably get into um, who ended up winning the NBA Finals and who ended up winning the Stanley Cup if it came around to that. We'll do that next week. I got there is a snack crate. There's a new one coming. Yeah, we'll talk about the World Cup too.
Starts if you're watching this on this Friday. World World Cup starts Friday for Team USA.
But we'll get into that. And yeah, like I said, there's a snack crate coming. We don't know where it's from, so we have to pay
Oh,
attention for that one.
this is probably racist. Brandy, you'll love me. Made me. I have to tell you real quick before we sign off about the doctor's office today with Jane.
Okay.
About some Puerto Ricans.
I love me some Puerto Ricans.
I could be wrong. I don't know if they were, but they looked it and sounded it.
I feel Spanish in this like a Puerto Rican.
I'm being judgmental. So we get into this waiting room that was literally a closet. I told you off air. It was literally as big as your bathroom. We don't know how we were fitting in this place. There was only like 1.5 seats open. I'm like, okay. I was like, Jane, let's go check you in and we'll just figure it out. I'll stand. I don't care. Whatever. So we got 2 empty seats. Jane's sitting at one end of the row. I'm sitting at the other end of the row. There's 3 ladies in between us. And it was like literally like a generation thing. It was like a daughter, mom, and then like a grandma.
Okay.
And across from us, there were these 2 younger girls. And these 2 young girls are sitting there crocheting like a motherfucker. Crocheting.
Hey, somebody was crocheting at Xander's graduation
Yeah, these girls,
and solving a Rubik's Cube, bro.
dude, these girls was just at it. And the one girl got called back. They came out and got her. The nurse came and got her and took her back for her appointment. The oldest of the 3 in between us, she stands up with that typical old lady like skirt, or a little blouse, or a
Yeah.
little handbag tucked under the arm. You know what I mean? Like they walking through a dangerous city and they got it tight. And she gets up, and even the one girl that was sitting next to me, she goes, "Where are you going?" She was like, "You just mind your business." And I was like, "Oh shit,
You got the bar laying in your hand.
it's about to get real." She sits down next to the girl that, that's crocheting. She gets up in her face. She's like, "What are you doing?" And she was like, I'm crocheting." She goes, "But what are you making?" And she was like, "These little mice." And she pulls this little crocheted mouse out of her little bag. This fucking old lady, she's like, "Oh, I thought that was real. That's real good. That looks realistic." And she goes, "Well, thank you." She goes, "How long did it take you to make that mouse?" And she goes, "I made that one, and I have a second one in here that I've made just in the time we've been sitting in this waiting room." She goes, "Get out of here." And I was like, "Oh, fuck." She goes, "What else can you do?" And she goes, "I do a lot of different things. Like it's it's just, I loved it. My sister does it, as you saw. She's like a pro, and she taught me, and we just do stuff together." And she goes, "Do you sell it?" And she was like, "No." She was like, "I mean, like, if somebody asks me to make stuff for them, I will. And, like, they buy the supplies or whatever, like, but I'll do it." And she goes, "That's very nice of you." She goes, "But have you ever set up like a booth and sold it?" And she goes, "No." She goes, "We're thinking about it because we're going to go to the Renaissance Fair this summer." She was like, "And we might take stuff out there to sell with us." And she goes, "What's a Renaissance Fair?"
Oh my god.
Dude, the two ladies that were with her, I guess, like, again, like, it had to have been daughter, guess granddaughter, whatever. The 2 other ladies that are next to me, they just were like, they were both on, like, they were like looking at something on their phone together, and I just watched both of their heads look up like, "Oh shit." And they were like, "Mom, leave that poor girl alone." Or the one lady was like, "Mom, leave that poor lady alone." She goes, "I told you, mind your business." she was like she was like all right. And she put her head back down on the phone. And I'm like, ain't nobody gonna get this fucking old lady. Like, I mean, she really wasn't bought, like, but she was just,
Yo, you don't fuck with the abuela, bro.
and she was like, yeah, she was like, do you make your own costume for this fair? And she was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a Pied Piper. That's why I'm making these mice. And she goes, Pied Piper? Do you know how to play the flute? And
Oh my god, bro.
she was like, no, not really. I'm just gonna pretend like I do. And she goes, you have not exchange numbers. What did she say? She borrow numbers or something. She called it something else. I think she said borrow. Yeah, she said borrow. She goes, you have to borrow numbers with my daughter. She played flute. She know how. And the daughter was like,
Yeah, that's what she's doing. She's like, no, 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 no.
like, she's like, I don't know what she's talking about. And then And then she starts getting real personal with this girl. She's like, so what do you do for a job? She goes, is this your job or do you have like a real job and this is just fun?
She
And she
wanted
was,
the tea by the cup, half gallon, gallon, fucking you name.
I look past the other two girls down at Jane. Jane just shakes her head like, like she's in her phone, like, nope, nope, waiting my turn. And then finally, so this whole time, I'm thinking that these ladies are waiting to go back. No, they're waiting for this old pops to come out. He must have been wife to the old lady, or husband was, and then wife. And I'm like, oh, here's this bro. And they hand him like a little fanny pack. He straps it on. He looks at me. He's like, ready to go, bro. And I was like, have a good day. He
And
looked
you're
at the
like, I'm just here. But you know what? She makes mice. She's interested. What the fuck took you so long?
so the other two girls were like, come on, we're gonna go. He's ready. She looks up and she goes, when'd you get here?
She was so invested in this chick that she just
Dude,
completely forgot, like,
the
hey,
girl, she now has this girl going through her phone, showing her like slideshows on her phone of all the shit that she's crocheted. She's like, "Oh, I've made dinosaurs for people and da 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 this and that." She goes, "Do you make blankets?" And she was like, "No." She goes, I have one blanket that I'm working on, and it's taking me a very long time." She goes, "I like small projects." And she goes, "You should make a blanket. It's going to be cold this winter." I was like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, this lady was killing me. Like she was so funny. But the thing was is she was so sweet and innocent about it.
yeah.
Like it wasn't like she was coming off rude or obnoxious.
Or
Like
even, like, yeah, cringe. She was
'cause
just
that
like,
girl could have easily because she was a young girl. She was probably 20 in her early 20s, you know. She could have easily when she pulled the second mouse out of the bag to show her because she goes, oh, the other one's a different color than the first one that scared the old lady. She pulled the second one out and showed it to her. And then the old lady was like, what else you got in there? She was like, well, my phone, a wallet, keys, you know, the basics.
she
She was,
broke this shit down. She was like, well, this is what I got.
yeah. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I don't know what is going on. And then when they told her let's go, and she saw that her husband obviously was like ready to roll, and he got his little fanny bag thing ready to go, and she just was like, "All right, well, good luck. I hope you have fun at the fair." And he was like, "What?"
There's a lot she has to debrief with him in the car.
I'm like, I'm like, bro, you missed a whole bunch. I don't know what happened to you back there, but you missed a whole bunch of shit out here. Like, I
Yeah.
have a feeling she's gonna. I have a feeling they got in the car. They even made it to the elevator. And she's like, "Did you see that girl's mice? You should have seen the mice this little girl was making."
You're like, honey, you know there's a thing called a Renaissance fair?
Like, but
And
she,
she's
but
gonna be the Pied Piper.
but she was again. She was like the sweetest, innocent old lady, and I mean, like, because I again, like, I think if the ladies, the girls that were with her, probably I felt like would have probably have definitely like intervened more, but like, hey, mom, leave her. You know what I mean? Like, and again, the young girl was like just answering her questions, like minding her, like just doing her thing.
Yeah.
But the whole time too, that girl did not stop until she stopped to flip the phone. She was still, yeah, what? Oh yeah, we're making mice, and we did like. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, girl, like,
Dude, like, for I can sit there, like, Ashley's the same way. We could be sitting there having a conversation and she fucking and I'm like, yo, yo, like, do you hear me? And she'll be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But like Ash will get distracted certain times and shit. But yeah, they can just be all about it.
She's
And
asking the girl, she's like, "Don't your finger hurt? Got a little needle poking you, and this and that." And you got to remember too, like this again, this was all in like an accent. Like this old lady had
yeah, all in
the
that like a Puerto
thick,
Rican accent.
like a thick, yeah, I want to say Porter, like a heavy, thick accent, and she just didn't. She again, she's one of those old ladies. Like, I'm gonna do what I want. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. When they were like, "Mom, leave her alone," she's like, "Ah, you mind your business." I was like,
Right?
"Oh
Dude, I
shit."
love how she asked her like, "What's a Renaissance fair?" I was like,
Yeah,
"Let's go."
she was like, she was like, "That's like we dress up and wear a costume and." That I think she even asked her like, "You make your own costume?" And she was like, "That." I think that's whenever she told her like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be a Pied Piper," and she was like, "You play the flute?" And she was like, "No, not really."
That's fucking great though.
I was like,
See,
"Oh," I was like, "This shit." I was like, "I just
that's the reason why we have this show is because you will catch random shit, and then people will be like, "That didn't happen." The fuck it didn't.
the fuck it
The
did."
fuck it didn't. Like, this is my life. This is I know what happens in my life, right? Like the only thing is we can't be so snipish about it because like
No,
people are like, oh well, did it happen? No, we try to capture moments when we can capture moments, but then there's other times where we're like, all right, we just got to tell it on the show. Like if I could record my fucking day in the life, I would
oh, dude,
all the time.
we would have more than an hour. Like we could cover.
Oh my god,
It'd
I
be a
wish we could just
fucking.
live stream it from our fucking phones.
We'd have
Like
to
here you
put it
go.
on fucking HBO Max or something.
Yeah, because sometimes I will say, sometimes it can get a little boring, but when it picks up, it picks up. It goes from 0 to 100 real fucking quick,
Real quick.
real quick. Because we just have those moments where it's just like, oh fuck, there it goes. Here we go. Like you just know it's gonna be
When
one of
that
those.
old lady stood up, I was like, "Oh, it's about to get real." Like I thought at first she was like, because again they were there. I don't know how much longer before us, but you know when you can just tell somebody been chilling for a minute,
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Oh, this old lady's about to go to that window," and be like, "When the fuck it?" Because again, I thought they were waiting to go back.
right.
I didn't know that they had already somebody back there. They were waiting for. And then I wanted to ask also, like, how many motherfuckers came to this appointment with him? Like,
He
Jesus
brought
Christ,
a squad, bro.
he did.
He did.
Like, I was
Somebody had
like,
to protect the fanny pack, bro.
yeah, I was like, that's just. I was like, okay, whatever.
Right?
So it was the interesting part of the day today.
That's an interesting way to end this fucking episode. That's for damn sure.
There it is.
We will catch y'all next week. Have a great weekend. We'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty.
Wrong one.
That's the day we're fucking having, folks.
That's the day we're having. Later.